Still on the subject of matric results, Teachers Union Sadtu in KwaZulu Natal has praised the class of 2022 in the province for producing outstanding results against all odds. The province registered the highest improvement of 6.2%, taking its matric pass rate for 2022 to 83%. For more reaction on this, we are joined by Nomarashiya Caluza, Provincial Secretary of Sadtu KZN. Norma, appreciate your time this afternoon. Against all odds, does that in many ways describe how you feel about the class of 2022?
As Sadtu in KwaZulu Natal, we are delighted, we are excited by this achievement by the province, especially because the conditions were not that much allowing understanding the issues of the floods that were experienced last year, COVID for 2020, 2021. So the class of 2022 were faced with many challenges, but we were able, as the union of teachers, to mobilize our teachers, mobilize the society as well as our learners to say, in as much as there are these difficulties, but we can change the negatives to be the positive. And here we are now celebrating this result. It's a great achievement. It's not just about the percentage, but also the quality of the results, the increase in the bachelor passes, the distinctions, but also the pass rate by the rural schools, which are always looked at as the most disadvantaged, but they are proving that they can still do more, and they are able to do what is expected of schools to provide quality teaching, and that is why we have these results that we are celebrating now.
Well, where we are now is the time of harvest, and a handsome harvest it is. But talk to us about those processes. What do the teachers do over the last 12 months and a little bit more to ensure that they were able to go up by 6% in achieving this pass rate, which at 83% is higher than the national average?
You know, as Sadtu over the years, even when the province was struggling, we were always calling for focused programs, and we're calling for teacher development programs because we believe that if you invest on teachers, you are assured of a permanent solution and sustainable performance in the province. And we must say that we're not just calling for that. As Sadtu, for the past 6 years, we have school academic support programs that we run with universities, KZN in particular, and Newzroom. But also the Department of Education in the province started to refocus their programs as per our call, focusing on teacher development. The just-in-time program called as JIT, it also assists teachers mainly on subject content so that they are able to approach their subject content in many different ways that can be easily understood and captured by the learners. So these are the programs which we believe that they are the strength of the province, and they have made sure that we are where we are in terms of performance. And we are not afraid of a yo-yo, because we're saying these other programs, systems are well-oiled now. And in fact, we believe that with what we have now in terms of the capacity and capabilities of our teachers, we can move even more than what we have achieved. We are capable of getting even 90%.
Well, that leads to my next question, which is, after this 6% rise, what is the next target? Is it that 90% that you've talked about, or do you have a different number?
Yes, you know, we continue to say, and we have even started to call for the department when it set its target. It must target 90. You know, with the systems that have been established, well-oiled, the only thing now that the department will have to do is to ensure timeless appointment of teachers, filling all vacancies, because these results are produced by teachers who are working so hard, even when there are vacancies, but they are easily able to go and cover for those vacancies and ensure that learners do not suffer. And we are saying if the department can appoint teachers, that's the gap and invest more, of course, in the support for schools, not just temporary solutions, but permanent solutions. And if you appoint teachers, develop teachers, continuous development, we are assured of this, guaranteed these results.
Well, Norma, I like what you talk about, and certainly the amount of work that you, as the union and the teachers and educators have put. I mean, you've certainly done your bit. What is your expectation of the Department of Education? Now, in many reports that we've given, we see students that are having to, in parts of KZN, parts of rural KZN, sometimes they can't go to school because the rivers are flooded and there are no bridges, and sometimes they have to wade through water to get to school. The issues around load shedding, which have made the process of learning extremely difficult. There's the issue around the weather and the devastation of last year with the floods. And all of this has a toll on these young minds, even though they were able to perform so well.
Yes, the department will have to focus on infrastructure development. What is unfortunate about the state of infrastructure in the province is that even when the department is trying, but we still have cases where our schools are broken into, meaning that we have community members who are then stealing from schools instead of supporting schools. So everyone has to play a role. When education is said to be a societal issue, it means that everyone must take responsibility, but the department must make sure that the environment is conducive enough for teachers and learners to do their work, teaching and learning, in terms of ensuring quality and dignified ablution facilities, ensure that our classrooms are well resourced. Those are all the issues. We know that as a result of the floods, we had learners that were accommodated in town, in halls, in community halls and churches. The department is working hard to ensure that they are permanently placed in schools that can better service them in terms of where they are now. So these are all the issues around infrastructure, which the department, and I believe it's not just the Department of Education, but all other departments that can assist in terms of the buildings, in terms of the access roads to schools. It needs a partnership and networking with other departments.
Now, a few issues that we've had to deal with, or certainly to contend with, is that of teenage pregnancies, and much of that has led to many young girls dropping out of schools. Can the classroom be viewed as a safe haven to assist in some of these issues? Can more be done by the teachers? Can more be done by the schools, do you think?
You know, when it comes to the issues and some of the factors that lead to dropout, including issues of teenage pregnancy and all those, it calls for everyone. That is why at start we have the campaign, I Am a School Fan campaign. And through it, we want to mobilize the society to be fans of their schools, including on issues of social ills, teaching our learners about what is expected of them, what are the goods and wrongs in the school. Issues of teenage pregnancy will need a debate in communities to support schools, because you remember at some point there was the issue around sexuality education, where there was confusion between sexuality education and education about sex. Those are issues, sensitive as they are, but the fact that we are seeing the rise of cases of learner pregnancy, it means that we have to talk about this thing, empower our learners so that they know what to do, what the next step becomes when they are faced with these realities. For now, some of our schools are not safe havens, and that is why in 2019, as the union, we adopted this campaign, I Am a School Fan campaign, so that we ensure that all our schools become safe havens for teaching and learning to take place.
Nomarashiya Caluza, Provincial Secretary of Sadtu KZN, appreciate your time on the show this afternoon.